show. Let's take a look now at what happened this week in the stock market as we look at our 60-minute chart of the S&P 500. And let me put that up for you right there. So we do this every week. We have the gray area right there, which is the S&P 500 E-mini trading overnight market, and the white area is during the day. Monday was a strong day. You can see that right there. The Good Friday economic reports came out, and then the market kind of reacted and a little bit soft overnight, but then you see it got a pretty good rally. China, they come out with stronger economic growth, and I think that helped the market move up all day long on Monday. Tuesday, the markets tried to open strong. This was as the British pound explodes to the upside on the news that Prime Minister May in the UK called for a snap election. She wants to get control of this Brexit, and that means she thought if she could do the snap election and weaken the rest of Parliament that's standing in her way, that it would help her a lot. The iron ore plunges 5%, and that really kills the mining stocks, and that really leads the stuff to the downside. In here, Australia moves down 1% on the mining stocks. Also, as Asia was also lower, Hang Seng down 1.4%. So, but the bond market had a good up move side in here. And gold is up, but silver really lags with copper lower that day. You could see what happens here on Wednesday. The markets opened up, but then gave it up, and this was the big down day in here. As IBM drops 5% as they have the big sales miss. And Russian bombers, they're buzzing Alaska. They actually did it 4 times recently, and that has got people nervous in there. Friday, this is the big day, Thursday. I mean, this is when they had a big up move in here. France was up 0.7% ahead of the election. Jobless claims really strong at a 17-year low, and the steels moved up, and miners, as they moved up, as the president came out and issues an executive order to investigate steel imports. So that pushed the market up right over here, and then Treasury Secretary Mnuchin says over here that tax reform is close, and that pushes it up right over there, and you could see that really pushed the market up. And just a little tidbit here, Bill O'Reilly is, well, ousted from Fox. He's going to get $25 million goodbye, so that's not a bad payday for getting pushed out. And I got to tell you the truth, I'll miss him. He was not supporting or anything that happened with all of these settlements that he's had to make, and basically saying that I think he was a really, really great news guy, and I'll be sorry to see him go. Here is the Friday look right over here, and you could see Friday there was a big swoon right over here. I was looking for the news as S&P's got down about 11, but then they rebounded, as you can see in here. The CAC 40, that's the CAC 40 in France, is down about 0.7 as the French election looms. There are 11 candidates running. There are only really 3 that are in the running right in here. A leftist, socialist guy, Macron, who's the middle guy, middle left, and Le Pen, who's way, way off on the right. That's tough on immigration, tough on the EU, all of those things, and they're the one. She's the one that everybody's afraid of. And of course, there was a terrorist attack, another sad thing, and that they think are going to push people voting for Le Pen, who's really in charge, wants us much stronger border control. And Paul Tudor Jones, analyst, comes out and says a significant drop is likely to be coming soon in the stock market. Maybe that had something to do with the swoon we had during the day, but that is what happened during the week. As you could see, a pretty choppy week as the market does manage to put on gains for the week. Let's take a look now as we look at our economic calendar. Get this put in place for you so you could see it somewhere in here. There, I got it. Here's your economic calendar. And you could see that, well, earnings are really going to start pouring out this week. and I can't even read them. I mean, there's so many here. Just take a picture of this and hang it up at your computer, because it's just going to be pouring out all week long. A lot of just tons of important earnings. And remember, these are all out of our 320 stock trading universe that we have, which are the widely held. So these are mostly the really important different earnings reports that people watch pretty closely. Economic events, none of the giant ones are coming out this week, but you could see what we have in there. As maybe the big one might be on Friday for the bond market, the employment cost index, where everybody is waiting to see when we're going to start to get some employment inflation. So that is a look at the calendar for the week, and hopefully you'll make some pretty good earnings plays in there as we come to the next week.
Well, I'm going to the city and I'm going to do a steady show, and I know all my fans want to learn how to make some dough. I've been